Are you guys ready? It's time to judge our 2021 InterNETional Car Show semifinalists for Git-R-Dun. Let's do it. Now, before we get started, my name is Nick Welker from Welker Farms. I was asked by Deboss Garage if I could participate in helping judge one of the categories on the InterNETional 2021 Car Show. Our category is the Git-R-Dun category. It's heavy duty mods. I was looking primarily for more along the lines of farm machinery, homemade machines to get the farm job done, but there was a lot of entries all across the board. So we're just gonna go through a number of them and pick a winner of the one I think is the best build. And we'll get labeled the Git-R-Dun King. All right, let's take a look at the first guy. Let's go. All right, first up, 1977 InterNETional 4300. This truck was used to haul grain, silage, and corn for the past 15 years to this farm. When it finally wore out the box, they stretched the frame 8 feet, put a 20-foot grain box on the back, put a crane they found in a wrecking yard. Pretty cool setup. I think it's got multiple uses on the farm. You can never go wrong with a crane. Believe me, once you get one, you never look back. And a bed like that, multiple uses. So great job, guys. Okay, second up is a B61 Max 6x6. These guys were trying to find a Mac B model 6x6, but they were pretty rare, but they had a truck in the back, a Mac truck. So what they did is end up finding a 1986 Army truck, 6x6 Army truck, and they mounted the cab on top, and then a number of mods to make the project work. Anyways, guys, excellent build. That thing looks like a beast, and I've seen a couple of those around with guys using them as water trucks. I think they're excellent for that. I doubt you're gonna get that stuck anytime soon. Okay, next one. This one here is a 1944 John Deere D. The condition it was in when they got it was pretty well used, which is typical for an old tractor like that. Took it down to just about nothing and built it up into what's now a beautiful old tractor. It's been on their family farm for over 40 years, so it's pretty exciting to see that thing continue a legacy. Good job, guys, on that. That's a beautiful tractor. I can only imagine what we went through to make the thing look like it does. Excellent machine. Next, this is a 1987 Ram Charger with a 4BT Cummins conversion. Beautiful rig. The owner said he was spending way too much money on gas with the old Thirsty 360 that was in it, so he convinced his wife to put diesel in it. And not only that, they took the diesel out of a Case IH Magnum tractor, which is pretty similar to what we run on our farm. But the engine needed a complete rebuild, so they built it up with bigger injectors, larger turbo, intercooler, all kinds of goodies. Very clean build, looks gorgeous. I'm sure it's a riot to drive. Nice work, guys. Okay, the next. Now this one's a 1967 Chevrolet C60. This truck has a 4-barrel Edelbrock carb, Armstrong steering, LED lights, trailer rear lights, and wiring harness, woodside grain box, gravel spread gate, cloth bench seat from a 78 K10. These trucks are hard to beat. They've done a lot of work. This guy says it's done just about everything under the sun on their farm. It's running strong. Good job, guys. Great truck. They're beautiful. Let's go on to the next one. And the next is the 1956 Farmall 300. This one is pretty sweet. Not a lot of mods done to it at all, if any, but the description was pretty hilarious. Basically, the thing's only being held together by a couple baling wire, duct tape, and bolts and screws. Says it's the most terrifying machine he's ever owned. Pretty much ready to explode at any moment. But still, pretty crazy, pretty fun, neat tractor. And I guess it's pretty rare with the power shift of the 300. So anyways, maybe something other rebuilt, but you should do it. Okay, next. Now this truck was entered into a lot of different categories. It's a 1948 GMC 3-ton, 5.9 liter Cummins. This thing is pretty cool. I don't know if you call it a rat rod, but the stacks, the drop frame, everything about it just screams, look at me. The amount of work these guys put in this thing to make it look how it is phenomenal. You guys did a terrific job on it. I bet it screams with those stacks and that 5.9. They've got independent front suspension and airbags across the back. They started with a 1993 Cummins 3/4 ton, 12 valve, and then turned into that monster. Anyways, guys, that's a sweet build. It's pulling a trailer with the tractor on it, so obviously it has some use, besides just looking awesome. Good job. This one's a 1993 InterNETional redneck pulling truck, as he says. It looks like a 9370. It's got a 3406 Cat V in it. It had a stretched frame as a milk hauler. He shortened the frame, shortened the driveline, turned into a pulling truck. They call it Jacob's rig for his son. Great machine, man. I'm sure your son loves it. Take him for lots of rides. And yeah, definitely go blow some smoke. Now this one I thought was pretty interesting. This one is a 1996 FlexCoil 1330 air cart, but the difference is we ran one actually similar to that many years ago. They did something that we've thought about doing many years, and I think a lot of guys have, is actually put its own power plant to power the hydraulic fan on the cart to run the air system. That's typically a problem with older tractors not having the hydraulic capacity to run these air carts. This guy solved that problem by putting a 40 horsepower Subaru engine running a hydraulic pump which powers the fan. With the gas tank built on the side, an oil cooler, sounds like the thing stays cool, gets the job done, puts the seed in the ground, and you don't have to upgrade your tractor. So there you go, man. Nice build, nice way to make it happen. I approve. This one's pretty cool. It's a 1948 Chevy Co. It's a 2001 Ram chassis, it's a two-wheel drive with a 1997 5.9 Cummins and a 5-speed. It's got 22.5 super singles and 22.5 steer tires. Being dug out of a junkyard, it's come quite a ways to be turned into this. Just barely got 25 miles on going on the road, so it's a fresh build, but I think it's got a lot of potential. Nice work. Now this one is definitely a conglomerate of tractors. It's a 1968 Oliver mixed with a 1950 Mongrel. Basically, two broken tractors were bolted together to make one, powered by a combine engine. Really cool. I know what it's like to put an engine in a tractor frame that wasn't intended for it. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done. He did an excellent job putting these together. It looks like it was meant to be together. The original fuel tanks didn't fit, so they used an old beer cask that fit beautifully. The old 2-85 white engine spun a bearing, so he found an old Massey Ferguson Perkins 6.372 combine engine and swapped it out and put it in there. That's really cool, man. I bet that thing sounds sweet. Good work on it, great build, and you know what? That's a fully functional tractor right there. Nothing said you can't combine tractors. This one's pretty close to Down Under. It's a 2020 Dynafari truck. The thing I like about this truck is it'd be a great 4-person rig to be running workers around the farm when you're in the middle of a seeding or harvest operation. Flatbed on there to haul lots of parts. It started out with a modified Y60 Nissan Patrol Safari chassis and a TD42 running gear. The Toyota Dyna double cab body. Engine moved back a little bit, fabricated cross members, all kinds of mods made for the axles. The thing was basically built from the frame back up again to turn into that sweet machine. Nice work, it looks beautiful. I bet that would be a riot to drive. And in New Zealand, steering wheel's on the wrong side, isn't it? No, it's okay, I know it's right. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a 1953 GMC 2-ton truck. It is beautiful. I call it Project 53. This truck started off fairly faded, fairly used, and they turned it into an absolute gorgeous machine. Taking it all the way down to the frame, they build it back up with full air suspension, 14 inches of travel, a 5.9 ISBE Cummins 24 valve, custom axles with diff lock, 295 70R 22.5 tires. It's got all the moderate covers, cruise control, heater, power steering. 2 years of hard work. That thing looks fabulous. It's gonna turn heads, and that's one of a kind machine. Very good job. Nice build. This one, a 304 CI engine crane. When I was thinking crane, I was like, okay, it's gonna be an actual, like, big crane. No, it's basically a cherry picker engine hoist crane with a little teeny car frame and a big old V8 powering it. That's hilarious. It sounds awesome. I mean, just listen to this thing. Is it overkill? Absolutely. But that's kind of what I like. Sometimes overkill makes a lot of sense because, underkill usually breaks and doesn't get the job done. So I'm sure that thing will fit in places that other cranes can't. That's all right. I just love to be in there and you're like, I should put a V8 on a cherry picker engine hoist. Makes sense. No, seriously though. Good work. This 1956 Cot Shoot 40. This tractor has seen some serious things. It's got a 400 SBC swap and a Vortec heads, Edelbrock intake, performance cam, Rochester carb with governor off an old flathead Chrysler engine out of a 1992 Massey Super Combine. The tractor was built in 1972 by his dad and was ran all the way until the 1990s where it was parked. But this past year he went ahead and resurrected it with a 400 SBC engine. That is cool. That's neat seeing a tractor live again. Even if it isn't the original engine, I think that's great seeing old iron turn again. There's a lot of stuff in that tractor that's solid that'll keep running. It just needs a power plant to do it. So nice work, guys. I'd love to hear that V8 roar. I bet it's sweet. Not every day you see a 1985 E1 Hurricane 4x4 fire truck being converted into, well, a monster truck. Lifted, 54-inch wheels. It's got an 8V92 Detroit in it. He calls it Sparkles. It turns heads. It's been lit up like a Christmas tree down parades. lot of trackables. His plan is to turn it into a camper someday. Looks like he's got plenty of room to work with. I bet that would be probably the most amazing camper ever built. Cool build, man. You don't see that every day. I don't think it'd be that usable on the farm unless you keep it a fire truck to put out fires, but I'd still love to drive that thing. Nice machine. This one is a beautiful truck. This is a 1963 International Lodestar. It's a 1600 with a DT360 swap in it. Just take a look at that. The stacks, those chrome rims, the white body, the short black frame. That truck is going to be gorgeous. A lot of work's gone into this. I've actually seen this build in the works for a while now. These guys know what they're doing. They're putting a lot of effort into it. Besides having the International DT360 in it, it's also got an Easton Fuller 6-speed transmission from a 2004 F650. This gentleman's wife's grandfather bought this truck back in '63 new to haul cattle. So it's been in the farm for a number of years. I love to see that a machine like that is being breathed new life into it. Even if it's not going to be used as a farming rig anymore, moving cattle, hay, whatever it is, that truck is going to be used for years and years on end, driving around turning heads. Great work, beautiful truck. I'm excited to see the final product when it comes out. Now this 1995 Dodge Cummins 6x6 definitely turned my head. I'm definitely a sucker for big sprayers, knowing we built Big Brute and everything, and this is cool. It's a 6x6 1995 Dodge Cummins with sprayer booms on it, 500 plus gallon tank. This truck sees work in the field today, getting the job done, home built, fraction of the cost of what a new machine would be. A 2.5 ton axles, 1,000 gallon tank now, custom built rims, 46-inch tires. That is a sweet truck. And looking at the fields that those guys spray over there, they need something that can climb hills and move up and down, and that is awesome. Excellent job on that machine. I'd be really curious to see how it handles and rides. I'm used to sprayers sitting up high, but I think he built quite a machine there that's very practical. So I like your thinking. That's the kind of thinking that we do here on the farm sometimes. Great build, man. Looking forward to maybe getting a chance to drive it someday. Man. And last but not least, 1960 International Crew Cab. This thing is gorgeous. Started off very used, very wore out. Not in great condition, but a lot of potential. This guy brought it up. The 5.9 12-valve Cummins, of course. The NV 4500 Super Singles. This truck is gorgeous. What amazes me, it only took them a little over 3.5 months to do this build, so they must have spent every ounce of time they had on it. Now, this International Crew Cab is a couple trucks all smashed together. He says the donor chassis is a 96 second-gen Cummins. This International truck has been on their farm for many, many years, sitting behind a bush, he says. Really cool to see the old thing take life again. You've built a gorgeous truck there. That truck is going to turn heads again wherever it goes. There's a lot of people who get really envious of a machine like that. I like it. It definitely has my approval stamp, and it did originate on a farm, so it's pretty cool to see too. But excellent job, great build, and yeah, setting the bar high. And now what you guys have all been waiting for, the winner. I have gone up and down and all around and in and out and figured out that I'm going to pick the 1995 Dodge Cummins 6x6 sprayer. It's just such a cool build. It may not look as sharp as some of these other ones, but the thing is, this is a machine that was built big, tough, out of parts that you weren't expecting to get a job done, and it does. And he's actively doing it right now. That machine is spraying probably thousands and thousands of acres over there in some really hilly, hard country to spray, and he got a machine to do it. And that is awesome. Not being a show truck, that thing is practical, it's tough, it's big, it's rebuildable, and I think it qualifies for the Git-R-Dun King. So congratulations, your truck is the winner. If you call it a truck, spray truck, we'll call it a spray truck. Your spray truck is the winner of the Git-R-Dun 2021 InterNETional Car Show from Deboss Garage. Great job, guys. And all the rest of the contestants, you guys had great entries. I hate having to be the one that picks the final entry, but this one I think fit the category that I was looking at. So, well, that wraps up the 2021 InterNETional Git-R-Dun Car Show Award. Thank you guys for participating in this. It's been a real pleasure judging. If you guys haven't, please subscribe to the channel, as well as check out a bunch of the other channels that are a part of this car show. There's a number of entries that have been put in. Beautiful rigs, beautiful cars, machines, all sorts of stuff. Really cool event. So glad to be a part of it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.